The Torah tonight will be on the Akeydah, and I'll try and understand a very difficult parsha. It seems difficult to understand. Hashem, on the face of it, asks Avraham to slaughter his son, and he goes with enthusiasm. That's what it says. God's forward says, "Kachdos bin Chedro, Bali Eloelo." It says, "Vayashkem Avraham ba'boiker, vayachmos es chamoiroi." And Rashi says, "Vayashkem zares lemitzvah, vayachmos." ולא יצא לאחד מעבודו, שאהב מקרקעי רשוע. She was full of enthusiasm to do what the Muslim tells him to do.
מלא התלהבות ללכת לשחוט את המת.
You would expect, or you'd be surprised, when you remember the Baal of Stone. Avraham says to the Muslim, "Hashofet is kol u'uz lo yaseh mishpat." Nothing like that he said by Avraham HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he just happily, with enthusiasm, goes on his way.
למה?
And that's
לא אם יש תביעה ולא אצל ישראל.
Yeah. And I think to understand this a little bit better, you have to start at the end. That you see more what you have to look for. What you have to listen out for. Towards the end of this whole episode, what happens? Supposing is that Chov Beis Gimla. Ki atu yudati. After all that, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, "Atishlach esot chol adam, ataslo b'omo." Ki atu yudati, yelem atu. Sachtes vidru shechitu mimeni. And now we'll have to have a look at Rashi. Ki atu yudati, Omer Rab Abba. Omer lo Avraham, efarish lefudecha sichusi. Avraham now says, it said nothing at the beginning, just goes on his way. And now he says, I explained to you my problem. Esma lemarteli ki b'yitzchak yikuru zera. You promised me b'yitzchak yikuru lecho zera. And then you say no, to slaughter my son. Again, withdrawing the original instructions. Why didn't Avraham say this at the beginning? Why didn't he say this at the beginning? Why didn't he say that at the beginning? it seems to me, my suggestion is that Avram thought of this right from the start. He saw that HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to him two contradictory things. Number one, you will create a nation through Yitzchak. And he said to him, contradictions. Avram had complete trust in the HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And he went on his way knowing those two different contradictory statements of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He knew, yeah. And he said, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says that's what I should do. I'll do this. And he went there and with the thought, let me see how HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to work this. There were two statements of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A statement of HaKadosh Baruch Hu must be true, must be serious. They contradict each other. I'm going on the way and see how these two statements can be reckoned, how HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to deal with it. I gladly slaughter my son on the clear understanding that he lives after that and it creates Avishul, because that's what God had promised. How Hashem Yisborach will do this is really my business. I have complete confidence in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and I'm going on my way to see what's going to happen.
בהתחלה אברהם ידע כבר על הסתירה, שלא יכול להיות מצד אחד שהעם ישראל יהיה מיצחק, ומצד שני שהקדוש ברוך הוא רוצה שישחוט. אבל אף על פי, לא, והוא ידע שסותר. אבל אף על פי כן הוא הלך בזה, נראה איך שהקדוש ברוך הוא יעשה את זה. אבל זה ודאי, שניהם יכולים, שניהם חייבים להתקיים. שניהם, ונכון אני לא מבין איך. אבל בואו נראה שהקדוש ברוך הוא יעשה את ששניהם מתקיים. זה לא קושיה לקדוש ברוך הוא. שניהם נכונים ואני לא יודע איך זה יהיה. יש כאן קושיה.
Hashem is הכל יכול.
קושיה לא מתים, קושיה לא מתים.
There's complete confidence. He went with complete confidence. Vayachva says chamoira with enthusiasm. And he went, let's see how HaKadosh Baruch Hu is reconcile these two statements, that I shall slaughter him and he will continue the Am Yisrael and he will have Zerah. How does that work? How is that going to work?
That's why
that will expect, so you can wait with full confidence.
לכן הוא הולך בשמחה. כי לא היה לו שום ספק שמצד אחד הוא הולך לשחוט אותו, מצד שני הוא הולך להמשיך לחיות. הוא אומר, עד כדי כך היה לו את האמונה שלכן הוא הולך בשמחה בהתלהבות. הוא לא הולך לאבד את הבן שלו, כי הקדוש ברוך הוא אמר שהוא לא הולך לאבד. הוא הולך לשחוט, נכון, שניהם נכונים, אבל זה ודאי ששניהם יתקיימו, ולכן הוא משהו ודאי הוא שמח, בהתלהבות.
הוא חבש את חמורו מהר להסתקרן מה התירוץ, איך זה יעבוד ביחד.
He said he went fast. You know why? He was very inquisitive to see how it's going to be answered.
That's right. With enthusiasm. HaKadosh Baruch Hu promises two statements. How is he going to reconcile them? HaKadosh Baruch Hu has to be true. And that will also explain that when HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to Avraham, Avraham said something very strange. Let me take out a little bit of blood from him. What was Avraham was bloodthirsty?
מה הוא רצה להוציא דם? הוא רצה דם?
How can that be? What he says,
הוא רצה לקיים את דבר השם.
I can't have Hashem Yisbuch saying something and
הוא רצה לקיים את דבר
it becomes
השם.
meaningless.
It can't be such a
At
thing.
least take a bit of blood. Otherwise it's very difficult to understand. He said, let me at least take a little bit of blood. Because I want the words of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to remain faithful.
So why is he asking now, Kiato Yadati?
Actually, that is the Gemara says this.
No, but now, no, Rashi, the Bible. Why is he suddenly
Have I
asking?
not read this Rashi?
The Bible.
I haven't read Rashi. I meant to read Rashi.
You read it already.
Yeah.
So why is he asking now?
How's the problem been solved? At this stage, the problem hasn't been solved.
We're coming to the end.
You've been Mekayim the possibility of Zera, but you haven't been Mekayim
אני כל הזמן חיכיתי לראות איך זה מתיישב, אבל עכשיו אני רואה שזה לא מתיישב, מה יהיה? כי את יודעת, הכוונה לא שזה קושייה שהיה לי מראש.
And he was trying to protect HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Let me at least take a little bit of blood.
הוא לא חשב לרגע שזה ניסיון בכלל. הוא לא בא לזה בתור ניסיון.
לא, הניסיון הוא להאמין לשתי הדברים, הפוך.
הניסיון שהוא הלך.
והוא האמין ששניהם נכונים.
הוא מאמין שהקדוש ברוך הוא אמר שני דברים יש, שני דברים יש.
זה הניסיון. שהוא האמין שהוא ימות והוא יחיה. זה הניסיון. להאמין בשני הדברים האלה.
והיא מאמין, אבל רק היה רוצה לראות איך זה יהיה.
כמו מכת פרד, זה היה אש ומים ביחד.
כן,
הוא יכול לעשות סתירה בבת אחת.
כן.
But from the point of view of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Omar Elohim, that's also very interesting. I'm not saying which is Moses was a liar shaneh. I'm keeping to what I said. And what does HaKadosh Baruch Hu say? Lo yomarti lechu shochteu ela heleu aspika achse. Just put him up on the mizbeach. That's all I just said to you. Also a strange thing. But instead of being a strange thing, I think what you have here is a very profound lesson. A very profound lesson. Because it seems very strange, one should say, it's like playing with words. But there was HaKadosh Baruch Hu was teaching Avraham a very important lesson. That the basis of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is morality. The basis of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is morality. When you interpret HaKadosh Baruch Hu in that sort of statement, never mind, you must interpret it in the narrowest possible way, because it's not the way of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to say something which is so you must give it and I'm going to spend a few more minutes, if I may, to give you other examples of this. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu says something which is, on the face of it, so immoral or at least, let me put it that way, which on the face of it does not agree with the moral sense of human beings. To take a person, just cut him in two halves when he's done nothing wrong. Then you have no. As the Rambam says it,
let me just explain what you said.
The Rambam says,
let me just explain what you said, because they don't hear what you're saying. הוא אומר ככה, זה לא שהקדוש ברוך הוא משחק מילים, זה בא ללמד אותנו משהו, שכשאתה מוצא ציווי שהוא כביכול הולך נגד הצורה האנושית, שאין אבא ששוחט בן, אין דבר, זה נגד הצורה האנושית איך שצריכים להתנהג. אז הוא אומר, במקום כזה, אז עלינו לפרש את המילים של הקדוש ברוך הוא באופן המצומצם ביותר. הוא אומר, על אף שהמילים שאמרתי היו לכת לשחוט, אבל הואיל ואתה יודע שזה נגד הטבע האנושי, נגד הטוב, הקדוש ברוך הוא בא להיטיב, זה נגד הטוב של העולם, לשחוט את הבן, אז בל כוכך הדיבור שלי, כוונת הדיבור היא באופן המצומצם ביותר. זאת אומרת שהקדוש ברוך הוא מלמד אותנו לפרש את דבריו באופן שזה לא יסתור נגד הצורה המוסרית של העולם.
And if it helps you, because I'm not such a Litvak, but it helps you, Chaim says in a place I saw that Halea Le'oila is itself an Indian. Itself is an avoider. That is an avoider.
בשביל הליטאים, זה לא מפריע לו, אבל כדי שלא יפריע לי, אז הוא אומר, ברב חיים סולובייצ'יק כתוב שהלאו לאוילו זה כבר, זה קום. זאת אומרת, הלאו לאוילו זה כבר עניין, זה לא משחק מילים. זה לא משחק מילים.
זה עבודה, נשקול. זה עבודה, נשקול.
הוא עבר את הקום.
זה עבודה.
זה עבודה, זה הקום. זה כמו, כן, לגשת לקורבן. הגושה. זה עבודה בפני עצמו, כן.
But we have to look at least at so what was the purpose of all this? Well, that was one thing which HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted to show. And then it says, there's another Rashi, Ki atu yodati, ma'atu yesh li ma lehushav lesut no leumas. Hazmi ma hi chibusi yitzlecha. Why have I chosen Avraham? Why have I chosen Avraham? יש לי פסרם פה עכשיו שרואים כי ירא לכם אתו. I've now got shown you that you shown the goyim that I'm yirah lakem. Now I don't want maybe other occasions to spend much time, but I just want to tell you about this principle. This principle, and in some other place I've written about that, this principle that you interpret narrowly, when you don't, normally, I mean, this is showing now I'm addressing the koilel, the Rosh koilel, the koilel. This is, if somebody asks you, if you give a shiur at a Balbatim shiur, and at the back of you say it's a member, and at the back one of the Daf HaYomi listeners says, but Rebbe, is this fair? I want you to know that is a Lomdische kasha, and that is not a Balbatische kasha. If it's not fair, you have a kasha.
כשמישהו שואל, כשאתה נותן שיעור, ומישהו שואל, אבל זה לא מוסרי, זה לא שאלה ששייכת למוסר, זה שאלה ששייכת ללומדס. צריכים כל דבר שהקדוש ברוך הוא מצווה, שזה נראה לך שזה סותר את האופן המוסרי, אז צריכים לפרש את זה בצורה מצומצמת יותר. זה הדרך של חז"ל.
The Rambam in Sof Me'ilah says, of course there are things that you can't understand, and that's, you still have to treat it seriously and still with covet, because you just can't understand it. But it's this, that is when the statement is origin is with the Avodah Shloim, but Chazal should give an interpretation which is against morality, and that does not hostile lomdische kasha. How could he say such a thing? And I think it's very important that people should know that you learn a shtickle mishnah, you learn a word. Is this fair? And is this fair? If it's the same as the Chazal, it is a lomdische kasha and not a balbatische kasha. So, but I don't want to keep you too long. But let me just say that in the Welt herein. I'm not just talking different nevias, and I'm not Rosh Koilin, so I can't say big nevias. I'm saying simple, clear things. And you see it time and again. For example, when Torah Moira, right?
Yeah.
When Torah Moira, what did the Chazal do? Literally,
twisted the
he should have actually until he said at the end, it could never happen. Why? Because they weren't in a position to interpret it widely. Whereas when you get to a morally sound halacha, you see, which we understand, Chazal widened it. When he said, believe the Ibala City Mershel, for example, that was clear. What was it all about? It's an immoral thing to do, and it was widened. It's not only Mershel, don't give a bad eitzah, don't do this, don't do that. It's all under the Ibala City Mershel, well beyond the Ibala and well beyond the Mershel. But they interpret widely because when they understand the thing clearly, when Chazal understand clearly, but when you're faced with something which you can't expand it because it's so the bird kept it. It's not the only thing. Quite a few things. Chiddush, but the whole idea Chiddush, with the Chiddush, you see, besides the Chiddush, Edom Zom is a Chiddush. Is it fair? The second lot of Edom, you believe, is not the first Edom. You have a problem of fairness. As he just showed you that somebody else said my Torah.
הרב קוק, אסור לעיר השמיים שתדחק את המוסר הטבעי של האדם, כי אז אינו עוד יראת שמיים תורה. סימן יראת שמיים תורה הוא שהמוסר הטבעי הנטוע בטבע הישר של האדם הולך ועולה על פיה במעלות יותר גבוה ממה שרואים בבני אדם. To contradict the מוסר אישי is not יראת שמיים. as נשכן צדיק as a shaitan. שכוייך. מה ידיק? בהתאם את. תודה רבה. Fantastic, beautiful. כן, שכוייך, מצוין. But that's the מקור, ואין לך בו לחידושי מן התורה. The מקור is from this.